Mariners second baseman Ryan Bliss is playing his way into the opening day lineup. Now, in this video, we're going to go over just how Ryan Bliss has made it up to this point, who he was fighting with at second base to get the position, and then an interview with Alan Fee from KPUG 1170 up in Bellingham, where he talked to Ryan about kind of what he expects this season, along with him talking to Dylan Moore, and there gives some insight there about where each guy is at in their spring training philosophies and where they think each of them will be playing. Now, it's no secret that Dylan Moore is having a pretty rough spring. At the time of recording this, he has 3 hits and 36 at-bats, good for an 0.83 batting average so far this spring. Obviously, Dylan has been a big part of this team over the past, 4 or 5 years. And I think none more notably than the grand slam that he hit off of Brooks Raley back in the day. If you guys remember that, that was always a fun one. But what it really means for Dylan Moore is that while he was expected to be given the second base job, and back at the beginning of the offseason, when we looked at the depth chart, he was the guy at second base. Ryan Bliss has earned it because Bliss on the spring so far is hitting 323 with 10 hits and 31 at bats with an 860 OPS. Now, Bliss is a guy that we've talked about before as being a spark plug in this lineup, being someone that can steal some bags, plays decent defense, and can hit the ball in the gaps. He's not going to hit for a ton of power. He never has. But in AAA in 2024, he hit 269, 377, 456, good for an 833 OPS. He also hit 12 home runs, so not too bad, with 50, count it, 50 stolen bases. That is how fast Ryan Bliss is. When he was up with the major league team in 33 games, he had 222, 290, 397 with a 687 OPS. So definitely not as good a numbers there for him, but nonetheless, still it was worth like a 102 OPS plus, I think it was. The one thing that was alarming about Bliss in the majors was his 31% strikeout rate in 2024. Now, again, it was just in 71 plate appearances, so it's not like there was a huge sample size there. But again, that 31% strikeout rate is really high. But that being said, there's another Mariners infielder who we've already mentioned that has just as high of a strikeout rate. I know that Dylan Moore won a gold glove last year for the utility position, a big honor, the first one to be given out to a utility person. He earned a 2.2 WAR on the season, but he hit 201, 320, 367, good for a 687 OPS with a 104 OPS plus. He wasn't much better than Ryan Bliss in his time in 135 games, 441 plate appearances. For Dylan Moore, he hit 10 home runs in that time frame. He did steal 32 bags, though, so again, he is fast as well. What's alarming for Dylan Moore, though, is his career strikeout rate. Now, this is over 6 seasons in the big leagues, is 29.8, almost as much as Ryan Bliss's was in just those 71 plate appearances. In 2024, it was 27.9% compared to his 33.9% in 2023. And Dylan Moore, he's 31 years old. He's on an extension from the Mariners over a couple of years ago, but he just fits in so much better as a utility guy. That's what he won the Gold Glove for, was being a utility guy last year. And in 2024, Dylan Moore actually spent most of his time over there at shortstop. Now, of course, JP Crawford did get hurt, which is where Dylan saw a lot of time. And in that time when JP was hurt, Dylan looked great. It was everything else around him where he didn't look very good. He also spent 228 innings at third base last year. Both those shortstop and third base were more than he spent at second base with 226 and two-thirds innings. So again, it's not to say that Dylan Moore can't play second base. Obviously he can. He won a gold glove for the utility position. I'm just saying that if you want to get your best bat in the lineup, you go with Ryan Bliss, because Dylan Moore, what he is, again, is a utility guy. He can play wherever the heck you want to put him. Frankly, Ryan Bliss doesn't have that kind of versatility. He talked about that with Alan Fee on KPUG here.
Is there a position that you would absolutely love to play? Is it second base?
Second base, shortstop. Yeah, I mean, honestly, anywhere in the infield. I just love playing defense. I love being on the dirt. I played mostly second and short in my career. Played a little bit of third last season, so I wouldn't be. I would love to play third. I mean, I don't really care as long as I'm in the lineup helping the team win. I love being on the dirt. So
I know that a lot of us already believe that Ryan Bliss will be given the opening day start. We don't know for sure if that's going to happen yet. We probably won't know until the day before, maybe even on opening day. But as of right now, it kind of feels likely. And Ryan was asked about that by Alan as well.
A lot of people are looking to you to be a spark plug for this ball club. You think you're going to get a starting shot as somewhere in the infield?
yeah, I mean, I remember last year. I learned a lot last season. Made my debut. It was very fun. learned a lot how to be a professional, playing a lot and being on the bench and having different roles. So it was awesome. This spring has been going good so far. I'm just glad to be out here and be able to show what I can do. Still a lot of game left. We'll see what happens, but I'm just going out there playing my best ball. I'm feeling well, and I just want to be a part of this team, however that is. I just want to be there up in Seattle and helping the team win a pennant.
What advice have you been given as far as being a professional baseball player? Obviously, you played the game your whole life, but up here at the major league level, it hits a little bit differently. What advice have you been given?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is don't forget that you got here for a reason. Remember your strengths. Remember what got you here, and be yourself. Be everything that got you here, and I think that's been the main thing that's helped me, stake and realize in the big leagues.
Obviously, this team is a lot of fun. There's a lot of chemistry on this team. There's a lot of laughing in this clubhouse. It seems a little extra special than maybe other teams.
Yeah, 100%. This is, like I said, I haven't really been in any big league clubhouse besides this one. But, from what I hear and from what I can see, it's a different vibe in here. Seems like everybody is together. Everybody is with one another. We're truly brothers as well as teammates. And that's a real thing in here. And that's something I don't know. That's something I just feel like most other clubhouses don't have, and it's something very special. I'm waiting to see how the season entails.
And to go hand in hand in that, Dylan Moore was asked what the plan was over at second base and where everyone was going to play. And this is how he responded to Allen.
So there's going to be a lot of things happening with that infield. What's your role going to be? What have you been told as far as the long-term plan this season?
We haven't been told anything specific. I think that it's kind of just fluid, and we're just trying to figure out who works best where. We have obviously some guys who can play multiple positions, so it'll be interesting to see how they do it. But I'm prepared to play anywhere, like I usually am every year, and wherever they put me out there, I'm going to do my best.
Basically, Cole Young has already been optioned back down to the minor league, so we know he's not going to be the opening day second baseman. We kind of never thought he was going to be anyway. But between Ryan Bliss and Dylan Moore, and I guess maybe Miles Masterboni, who I think also makes this team, I just don't see a world where it should not be anybody other than Ryan Bliss starting there at second base. He brings the speed. He's like a little spark plug we talked about. He's a guy that makes things happen on the bases. And defensively, he's honestly looked pretty good so far this spring. Now, obviously, there's only so much that can be said about his Baseball Savant page. And obviously, everyone knows about the bubbles on Baseball Savant and how it can be misleading. But you can see his chase rate, his hard hit percentage, and his launch angle sweet spot were all in the red here. Again, very limited plate appearances, just 71. So hard to get a real gauge here. Overall, his biggest problem was just his swing and miss, his K percentage. He didn't walk a whole lot. But Ryan Bliss, over a full period of time, I think, honestly, I would really like to see what his numbers would look like because I think they'd look a lot better than this. Now, Dylan Moore in 2024 had a bit of an interesting season. His chase rate was in the 99th percentile, meaning he would not chase out of the zone. However, his whiff rate was in the 47th percentile. And like we said, he had a nearly 30% strikeout rate, so his K percentage was in the 15th percentile. Dylan Moore, he swung and missed a lot, but he didn't chase pitches out of the zone. He also had a really good walk rate at the 94th percentile. His launch angle sweet spot, 84th percentile. His bat speed, 68th percentile. He wasn't hitting the ball hard, though. He wasn't barreling the ball up. His average exit velocity was in the 34th percentile. And overall, Dylan Moore just had a down year. Dylan Moore is better suited to be a utility guy, and I think that's where they're going to put him at the start of the year. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I appreciate you guys watching this one, and go Mariners.